And I had, by the way, guys, like, I did not have much money to my name, and I'd pretty much taken all that money, which is not very much, and turned it into cash, put it in my wallet, and left with it. Well, I was riding, and I got pulled over on an off ramp, and I got off the bike and got my wallet out, and I'm like, oh no. And this is, by the way, like, now I've traveled hundreds of thousands of miles, but at that time, this is my first big foray into the big world, and I'm a small town Wyoming kid. And so I got off and I gave him my information. He's like, "You were speeding." And I was like, "I'm so sorry," you know. And I set my wallet down and I'm waiting for him. And they gave me my ID back. I put the ID back in my pocket and I went back to my hotel. And I got to my hotel, went to grab my wallet to get my key card.
Oh no.
And it wasn't there. And I remembered, like, oh yeah, I set it down on the back of my pack on my bike. So, and like, I'm telling you, like 15 yards down the off ramp, there was a little homeless encampment. Like, I'm like, for sure that wallet's gone. By the way, that's all my money. Like, that's to my name money. And I'm just, what am I doing out here? So I did not take the officer's request for me to slow down. I went as fast as that bike could go back to the place. I get there and the wallet's sitting on the ground. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, picked it up. I rode back, and then I parked my bike, and I sat on this this bench. And it's right outside of Hogs and Heifers. My hotel was right outside, and I just sat there and kind of did this, like, oh my gosh, like, yeah. Brady, you need to chill out and slow down. Like, yeah. You almost just, holy cow. And this guy who was sitting there in a do-rag, kind of your quintessential biker-looking character, he goes, "Who hurt you?" And I was like, I looked over, I was like, "You talking to me?" He's like, "Yeah, who hurt you?" And I was like, I mean, I was fresh. I had just signed divorce papers, dropped them off, and got on my bike and left. So I'm in, like, maximum reflection, you know. And I was like, is this guy an angel? You know, like, how does he know what's going on? And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Is that your bike?" And I looked and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're from Wyoming?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, are you by yourself?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, nobody would be this far away from home, packed up like that, all by themselves, sitting on a bench, if something didn't happen." Yeah. And I was just like, wow.